What is up, everyone? Circon here, bringing you guys Advent Calendar Day 18 with a Lorraine 40T. Now, this is quite an expensive one for a medium. It's 50 euros and 51 cents for me here. You get obviously the 5,000 gold, 30 days of premium, verse tabs, improved ventilation, class 2, coded optics. You get the 40 missions. You get a crew you're not going to use in a garage slot you probably don't need. And the camo is the camo you got when it was first for sale. So it's like a winter one and whatnot. So, pretty cool. If you're going to buy it from the in-game shop, it's going to be 10,700 gold, which is going to be about 38 euros. So, again, quite expensive if you compare it. But like the STG is also, for some reason, more expensive. And then, but some other mediums are 32, and then most of them are around 28 euros. So I'm not really sure why it's 8 euros more expensive. But hey, this is not the video to discuss the pricing of premium tanks, because yeah, you could probably talk all year about the pricing of premium tanks in this game. Anyway, the Lorraine 40T. What are we looking at? Let me just switch this to AP. So we got almost 1700 DPM. We got 300 alpha per shot, and it's an autoloader with 4 shots. And the interclip reload, so you shoot once, you have to wait 2.5 seconds before you can shoot again. That means that in 7.5 seconds, you can do 1200 damage, which is extremely good for a tier 8 medium. The aim time is also pretty decent for an autoloader such as this. The dispersion is pretty decent as well. 36 is like average. The caliber obviously is 100, so you can overmatch things like the S1 tank in Swedish tier 8. In case you're wondering, and overmatch maybe some heavies. The shell velocity in the AP is also 1000, which is nice. It carries a lot of ammo at 48, well, a decent amount of ammo. And here's the mobility, which is very nice. It goes 60 kilometers an hour, 23 reverse, and has 21 power to weight with 30, almost, well, 35.5 tank traverse. It has a comfy 8 degrees gun depression. It has absolutely no armor, a 1300 health, 380 fuel range. Now, this tank is pretty brilliant. And the APCR brings, the AP by the way, is 232 base spin, which is extremely good. And it goes 1000 meters a second, which is nice. And then the APCR is 263 with 1250 shell velocity, which is, of course, extremely nice. It is 4000 per shell, which means you're going to shell out 16,000 per clip, credits wise. So how are you going to equip this bad boy? Oh, also a thing to note, by the way, the crew is the exact same loadout as the Betchet. So the Betchet and the Betchet at tier 9 have the same exact crew setup. It doesn't share any crew setup, in case you were wondering, with the AMX-30, because the AMX-30 is a single shot. Lorraine's autoloader, that's probably the reasoning why. So how are you going to equip this bad boy? Well, you're going to put on the optics, vertex, and ventilation, because it's an autoloader. You don't have any gun rammers. Now, there is an argument to be made for an enhanced gun laying drive, and you could do that instead of vents. I like to run vents in things that have long reloads, especially on these kinds of things. But it is something to say, because if you take a look at my aim time here, 2.3 versus 2.48, 2.3 is extremely nice, right? So there you might want to go with the gun laying drive. You might want to do it. Now, this is also with all the crew skills enhanced, and you could slap on the food as well. Your fuel range then goes up to 476. Your aim time goes to 237, and again, if you use the enhanced gunlaying drive, it goes to 221, which is really, really nice. So there is something to be said to switch your vents with the gunlaying drive in this setup. Also, your commander is also your radio guy, so I hope you have a good crew in your bed chat, because you're gonna need it to play the Lorraine 40T up to its maximum, right? You want to have Rams, both fuel range skills and 6 cents, and then also kind of repair, so it's like 5-6 crew skills. So yeah. If you have the Betchet or the tier 9 Betchet, I actually think the Lorraine tier for tier is almost better than the two. And the reason why is that this thing is pretty bang on, right? Like, this thing doesn't really care all that much about matchmaking, because the lower tiers it can clip away, right? Pretty fast, and you're gonna pen most tanks. You're gonna meet the tier 7 and 6 really easily with 232 pen, and DPM isn't bad. Now, the armor will kind of be annoying at that tier, because a lot of lower tiers have really fast reloads, so you're going to get shot more, if that makes sense. For less alpha, but you're going to get shot more, which is annoying for critical hits and whatnot. And then when you're down tiered, you can actually keep up with just about anyone with 60 kilometers an hour. And then you have a really good base pen, or even APCR pen, to do the damage in between shots. And at the higher tiers, people do more damage per shot, but they have longer reloads, which means you can put more shots into them before they're reloaded again and can shoot you back. So all in all, this tank kind of works in just about every matchmaking because it's fast and it doesn't pretend to have armor. Now it is freaking huge, so you're gonna have to, like, it's not like you can rely on stealth. But it does have that comfortable 8 degrees gun depression almost all the way, except over the engine, of course. But the rest is all a comfy 8, so you don't have to like do some awkward maneuvers to get the most out of your gun depression. So all in all, a really strong vehicle. It is pretty expensive though. If you have the gold laying around and you're thinking about buying it, I think it is a good tank to get. I think it is a good premium. Things like the Forgetto will always be better, but this is definitely like a top 3 tier 8 medium kind of thing. So yeah, as always, let me know what your thoughts are on the tank. Love to see it in the comments. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow for day 19. Thanks all for tuning in. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow, boys.